your morning off right. So let's start in a comfortable seated position on our mats. And go ahead and close your eyes. And start to notice your breaths. Maybe don't worry about changing them or adjusting anything. Just noticing your breaths, noticing places in your body that might feel tight or sore or uncomfortable. And imagine energy swirling beneath you in the ground. And that can look like however you would like to imagine it. It can be a color, it can be light, but it's swirling beneath you and it comes up and through you. So as it comes up through you, you lift the pelvic floor, you tighten the core, you zip the rib cage together, and as it comes up and through your spine, out the crown of your head, you tuck the chin in just a little bit, so it shoots straight out the crown of your head. And all your bandhas are engaged. And now maybe start to slow down your breaths in and out through the nose. So throughout this practice, continue to come back to your breaths, come back to those engaged parts of your body in each pose. So that lifted pelvic floor, that tight core, and that tucked chin. And finally, if you'd like to set an intention for this practice and for your day, something to bring your mind to self-love, gratitude, forgiveness, whatever you feel like you need today. And let's begin. We'll take a tabletop position on our mats. And start with cat-cow. So go ahead and lower the belly, lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. Push back to a cat, arch the back, tuck the chin. And back and forth between that, and just get as much movement in the spine as you'd like. You can lower the shoulders to get more of a stretch. You can just sort of wiggle back and forth. Spell something out with your tailbone. Whatever feels good. Now lift that right hand up and loop it underneath the left hand, dropping that shoulder down. Loop it, thread it, that's a better word, thread it under for a little shoulder stretch. Use your left hand to kind of push, get more of a stretch. And now come back to tabletop, take that right hand out in front of you, left leg behind you, and push out. Feel almost as if someone is pulling on either side, and as if you're getting space between your vertebrae. And I'll pull it in, elbow to knee, and sort of crunch in, and imagine the energy we talked about before, sort of in a ball here at your core. And imagine pushing it out, and it's shooting out through your hand and leg. And pull it back in. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Ball of energy, as if you're charging, and I'll push it out. And now one more time in. And push out. And here, if you want to reach back for that back foot, make a little circle. A little bit of a back bend. And release. Back to tabletop. And wiggle it out a bit. Again. Some more movement in the spine. Take your left hand, lift it up, and thread it under for another shoulder stretch. Back, left hand out, right foot out. Same deal, push as far out as you can, now pull in. Today I think my ball of energy is yellow. And now I'm pushing it out. There's something about having imagery in your mind for what that energy looks like that, for me personally, kind of helps. Bring it back in. Push it out. Our minds are so powerful. To have imagery, I think, can help us physically and mentally. All right, I think we did it 3 times now. Okay, all the energy, crunch it in, push it out. And then take that back leg. We're doing a little circle. Whew. Okay, back to tabletop. Wiggle it out. From here, go to a plank position. And sort of, you can go up on your toes so that your shoulders are right above your wrists. And then back, so your heels are sort of pushing towards the floor. And up again. And back. Just back and forth. And eventually when your shoulders are right above your wrists, we're going to take a slow tricep push-up down. Ugh, I'm not good at them yet. That's called a chaturanga. Push up into up dog. Take a little shoulder or neck circles. Here in up dog, if you'd like. And on an exhale, push back into down dog. So remember your bandhas here, keeping that pelvic floor lifted and sort of pushing your tailbone up towards the sky. Your core is tight, your stomach sucked in, your belly button to spine, and your chin is tucked, so your gaze is towards your navel. And working for that eventual heels to the floor. If you're not there yet, maybe pedal your feet. When you're ready, step, jump, or float your feet up to your hands. And take a half fold, flat back, gaze lifted, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands are on your thighs. And now all the way down, Uttanasana, forward fold. If you're doing this in the morning, you're probably not super bendy yet, and that's okay. Just take a rag doll. Get some movement. Maybe go on tiptoes on either side. And then sweep the hands up above your head, Tadasana, and hands to your sides, mountain pose. From here, intertwine the fingers behind you for a little back bend. That never fails to make me a little bit dizzy. Nice in the morning to get a little standing stretch. Go ahead and take a forward fold, plant the hands, step or jump back, and we're going to take a vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, on an inhale and down dog. Beautiful. Beautiful, that's one of those teacher things that annoys me about myself. No one's here, so I'm saying beautiful as if I can see you. Or as if I'm calling myself beautiful, and that is not what I mean. It's just a filler word. Anyway, go ahead and lift your right foot, plant that left foot, lift the right, hinge and unhinge at the knee for a little movement. And if you'd like to, go ahead and flip your dog to a wild child. Stretching that right arm open over your head. Good side stretch. And flip back to your three-legged dog. And bring that leg up between your hands. Lower the back knee to the floor. And we're just going to do a little runner's lunge. That feels good. Take both hands, bring them to the inner side of your right leg. We're going to lower that right knee down so you're on the edge of the right foot. And we're going to work our way towards lizard. So that's going to be on your forearms. Well, it can look like anything. It can be right here. It can be onto your forearms. Just try to melt your chest down as far as you can go. As far as your knee will relax. A couple deep breaths here. Now we're going to push back into a half split. So that can also look a couple different ways. Look like this. It can look like this, farther up on your knee. Flexed foot like that. Whatever you can, because eventually we want to do the splits. I'm not there yet. That's why we do it. And back into lizard. See if you can melt even more close to the floor here. When you're ready, plant your hands, step that foot back. We're in a plank, chaturanga. Up dog, on an inhale, down dog, on an exhale. All right, plant the right foot, left foot up, hinge and unhinge. Flip your dog, wild child. Do some pretty ballerina hands. Nice side stretch. And back to your three-legged dog. Foot between your hands. Lower back knee. We're doing a runner's lunge. We're really focusing on our hip flexors this morning. Really getting some good hip openers. Hands to the left side. Oh, nope, right side of your left foot this time. Lower that left knee down. Going towards lizard. When you're ready, back to your half split. Whatever feels like a good stretch. Maybe take your right hand, try to bring it to the left side of your left foot. It's a really good side stretch too. And back towards lizard. See if you can lower that knee even farther, lower that chest even down even farther. And foot back. Take a vinyasa. All right, back and down dog. Let's breathe here for a little bit. When you're ready, lower the knees very slowly down so they're hovering above the mat. Leave them here. And now lower. All right. We're gonna make our way. Oh no. We're going to our stomachs. That's what we're doing. Not on our backs yet. So we're gonna do a Shalabhasana or Superman pose. So we're going to be lifting our chest off the ground while lifting our thighs and legs off the ground. And this first time we do it, let's try to take it like 50%. So not at your hardest, but you're lifting still. Ready and go. I like to swim my hands. Kind of helps me push myself up more. And hold. And you're shaking. And down. All right, we're gonna do it again. This time we're at 75%. Just push yourself up. Use that motion to get farther up. We're shaking, and we're back down. And for this last one, we're going up, and if you want to reach for those back feet and use it to pull yourself up, maybe even if it doesn't hurt your hip bones too much, do some little rolls. And all the way down. Now let's push all the way back into a child's pose. Or a rabbit. That feels nice. We are always forward folding throughout our days. We very rarely get a good back bend or back strengthener like that. It's always good to follow it up with a counter pose though, where you're bending the spine the opposite direction. So that's why child's pose or rabbit feels really good after a back bend. All right. And I think, we're almost at 20 minutes, so let's cool down, come to our backs. First, let's just pull our legs in and give it a little spinal massage. You can go back and forth like this. That feels kind of good. Now arms out to a T. Go ahead and lower your legs to the left and take your head to the right. So your gaze is to the right. A little twisty of the spine. And opposite direction. I hope you feel more awake after this. If you want to follow it up with more rigorous exercise, more of a cardio, that's cool. I know this wasn't a super heart racer, but I think it's a good way to start the morning with intention, stretching out the muscles, focusing on your breaths, and giving yourself an intention that you think about for the day. So hopefully this felt good. Go ahead and take it all the way down, legs stretched out, palms facing upward. This is your chance to have a Shavasana if you'd like. Maybe tense up your whole body, or even one body part at a time. Fists clenched, feet clenched, each part of your body tight, jaw tight, and then release completely. And this is your opportunity to have some meditation. You'd like to pause the video here and give yourself a good 10 minutes of Shavasana. I highly encourage it, but if you'd like to end now with me, thank you for practicing with me. It was a joy. Namaste.